cooperation and being a gentleman. Thank you. Senator McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr Acting Deputy President. I'd like to speak in the Senate tonight about Cyclone Marcus, which impacted the city of Darwin and Palmerston and the rural areas on Saturday. And I just want to point out to the Senate the importance of the territory spirit. It's been terrific to see, certainly through media reports and from people who I've spoken to, as we've been here in the Senate, obviously, as of Monday, but in the clean-up on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday, the coming together of people in the Northern Territory has been wonderful to see. And we certainly heard about the spirit of community coming together with the bushfires. Well, the same is happening in our capital in the Northern Territory. And I certainly point out too that make reference to my colleague, the member for Solomon, Luke Gosling, who's certainly been out and about with constituents, and many of the community who are giving generously food to those who are hungry, helping those who had to have boiled water for a couple of days there because of concerns of contamination. Those concerns are unfounded now, and water is fine. So for those people in Darwin who are watching, I just wanted to read through some of the latest notices that are coming through from the Northern Territory Emergency and Fire Services through the Chief Minister, Michael Gunner's office. The Chief Minister has said that there is relief. Financial relief payments have been activated to help people affected with their immediate emergency needs. The cyclone was quite powerful, a Cyclone 2 category that had a major impact on Darwin, Palmerston and the rural area, with hundreds if not thousands of trees downed and power lines across the city also down. Thankfully, there have been no major injuries. Winds in excess of 130 kilometres per hour have done significant damage, causing widespread power outages to around 30,000 households as of Saturday. 2,400 households are still without power. And today, Northern Territory Chief Minister Michael Gunner said the immediate relief payment of $250 is available for families who've been without power for over 72 hours. The relief payment is to assist with the costs associated with being without power, and they can certainly, people can apply now from 5 relief centres. Residents may go there and seek that support. Certainly for further assistance, people are welcome to call their Territory Families number, and that number is 08 8999 2908. That number is 8999 2908. Mr Acting Deputy President, I'd like to just go to an important event that also happened in the last few weeks, and that is the 10th anniversary of the MJD Foundation. And what is MJD? Well, MJD is the Mercado-Joseph disease. It's a hereditary neurodegenerative condition, and the damage that it causes to the cerebellum and brainstem initially causes muscular weakness and progresses over time to a total lack of voluntary control, and it causes very significant permanent physical disability. And it does impact largely, unfortunately, just in one pocket area. The spread of MJD is in Arnhem Land. And the history of it is, certainly according to the Foundation and other sources, it's been attributed to the 16th century trading and exploration activities of Portuguese sailors. Entry into the Australian population was thought to have been through trading relationships between the Aboriginal people of Arnhem Land and the Macassan people of Indonesia, who in turn traded with the Portuguese. However, in February 2012, research was published which effectively rules out the Portuguese link, because that's what it initially was, and instead points to a direct Asian link based on an international DNA. This means that the type of MJD experienced in Northern Australia is most like the Asian variant of the disease, and this is known to favour an aggressive anticipation effect. They know, the MJD Foundation knows therefore that more people will develop the disease earlier than their parents in this current population. The families who are impacted are largely around Groote Eylandt in communities Anuragu, Umbakamba, Bickerton Island, certainly Gallawinku mainland, Yirrkala, Numbulwar, Nooka, Owenpelly, certainly some areas of the Darwin mainland. In Central Australia, there's Papunya, Hermannsburg, Santa Teresa, and there is some families who have the MJD in mainland Queensland around Cairns, Kuranda and Atherton. So why does the MJD Foundation focus on Aboriginal Australians? Largely because in the Northern Territory, Aboriginal Australians have a prevalence of 100 times greater than the international average of having this disease. And many Aboriginal Australians with MJD also live in remote communities, and therefore there are significant gaps in services compared with those available in non-remote settings. So this foundation is incredibly important, and I just wanted to read to the Senate the story of one amazing woman, and there are just so many amazing women in the Northern Territory. But Gangawaya is an Ndiliakwa woman of Groote Eylandt, and she's 73 years old, and Mikado Joseph disease has been a part of her life as long as she can remember. And her father developed the disease when he was an older man, and all of her 6 brothers and sisters were affected by the disease in their 40s. Now, she was the primary carer for 2 of her sister's children for over 15 years, and now the 3rd generation of her family is sick. Her 21-year-old niece passed away in 2014, and she has nieces, nephews and grandchildren also with the Mikado Joseph disease. Gangala is, that's just one story of one amazing person. I remember when I became the member for Arnhem in 2005, and I travelled to Groote Eylandt, and I had heard of the disease, Mikado Joseph disease, but it wasn't until I started door knocking around the Aliangoola and then the communities of Anuragu and Umbakamba, and I observed some young people with this incredible disease, and it has a profound impact. You just are quite stunned, and not only was it just one person, it was so many families, and I remember at the time asking how is it that this disease is here, and that was when I was informed at the time it is a hereditary disease. It is largely in certain clan groups, and it does pass on, but the fear of course now is that it's passing on a lot sooner to the next generation. And as you heard in the story there, that some of the younger ones are now getting it way too soon, whereas in decades past it was the older generation. So now we have young people who are suffering from the disease, and many of them needing to go to Darwin to get the care. But the MJD Foundation, I just want to congratulate all those who work with the MJD Foundation, the incredible work that you do for the families of the Northern Territory and across to Queensland to find, firstly, a cure for this disease, and also to give support to those families who know that really it is a life sentence. They know that they don't have too long, and they've got to find ways to make their life as comfortable as they can in these remote regions. So congratulations for the work you do. Thank you for the work you do, and keep going.